Happy graduation, my friends. As you may recall from my run for the exalted position of Toastmaster, this is the only thing that I have ever really wanted. And with that in mind, I wrote this speech a year ago, but I haven't really looked it over, so I hope it stands the test of time, though I guess some of it may not translate. Here we go. It is great to see all of you here in Blakely Courtyard. For me, the best part of graduation is getting to meet everyone's loved ones and family before we all go out into the world. Traveling, facilitating the exchange of ideas, seeing different places, seeing people. Anyway, at least we'll always be the School of Diplomacy, Masters of Arts in Law and Diplomacy and Business for Social Impact, and United States. Sounds useful. Those diplomacy skills in particular, anyone from Fletcher can tell you we have the suavest and best social skills around. Communication, so key, guys. I will say, it is a shame so many of us will never get the chance to visit what's on the other side of that road next to the Hall of Flags. I know a fair few of the graduating class were waiting for the spring of 2020 on that one. At least we got to see it during our tennis court graduation. In all seriousness, there are things we're gonna miss. Like, I am so sorry we didn't do Naked Follies this year, but remember, there's always the listserv and we've got all summer. And we're missing the opportunity to do that thing in the spring term where you tell everyone how you really feel about them. That pointless courage of telling people you'll never see again that you've loved them for 6 months. I'll be waiting for your voice memo. The most important fact I've learned at Fletcher came from Kelsey. Kelsey Olick. MIB Kelsey? You know the one. And here it is. The cleanest bathroom in a public restroom is the stall closest to the door. I have no verification of the fact, but it feels right, which, to be fair, is not how Fletcher has taught me how to make decisions. I'll leave you with some lessons from this semester. From Professor Khan, we've learned that we don't know how things will turn out. We've also learned you should never be backlit on Zoom. Both of these are very important in these current times. So good luck, Fletcher. I've loved you. Truly, I have. Take it away, Ray.
Thank you, Ella, for that great toast. And thank you, class of 2020, for giving me this opportunity. This is almost more pressure than when Professor Jock cold calls you. But really, let's open up the conversation. The Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy, where all diplomacy goes out the door when free food is at stake, or when an undergrad walks into the library, where we take our costume competitions a little bit too serious, more some than others, and where by the end of your education, free pizza begins to trigger you. We are the crazies who decided to study international relations in Boston instead of DC, and we are all the better for it because of one word: community. As a school of international relations, the very essence of our school is humanitarian in nature. The very foundation of our institution is the preparation of leaders who work in service of others. Ever since COVID-19 forced us to leave campus and go virtual, we have come to rely on each other and pull together in this time of uncertainty and loss. Be it providing hundreds of N95 masks to hospitals, countless hours of volunteer work, companionship on long social distancing walks, or the leadership demonstrated by the Fletcher faculty and staff. It is undeniable that Fletcher has risen to the challenge. Never have I been prouder to be part of this Fletcher community. Today, we look across this virtual crowd gathered from every part of the world. We see people who 2 years ago were strangers, but today are dear friends and mentors we will cherish for the rest of our lives. Fletcher will always be part of our stories. We each have left a little bit of ourselves at Fletcher, and we each carry a bit of Fletcher with us wherever we go. Although this is not how we imagined the end of our academic year, it has proven that the Fletcher community is strong, resilient, and truly global. Here's to Fletcher, here's to the Fletcher staff, and here's to my fellow students, bottoms up. Now, no more of this sloppy nonsense. Carla, you're on next.
Thank you, Ray. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. To be completely honest, when I first heard about the cancellation of in-person graduation, I was disappointed. Those weeks in March seemed like a cascade of bad news, anxiety, but you don't need me to tell you all this. Yes, we cannot deny that this is not what we wanted. Yet, the surreal of this situation has made us stronger, not only as individuals, but as members of the Fletcher gang. Once this is over, we will look back at our last semester here and not only be happy about what we learned and who we became, but also about how strong, patient, and resilient we were. Once this is over, hopefully May 2021, We will see each other again, laugh, hug, dance, party, and celebrate. For all our friends and family watching this from other countries and time zones, please know that we are happy, that we're okay, and that we're grateful for all your love and support. Please know that this was worth it. Rest assured that the Fletcher class of 2020 will be the one who will never be dissuaded by the threat of distance and uncertainty. We will be the ones who, because of the shock of sudden goodbyes, will always have space in our hearts for the good memories and the amazing friendships. Things out of our control will happen all the time, but we can choose our responses, obsessing about what we cannot change or moving on and learning how to smile again. Now, let's pretend we're not stuck in Medford, Massachusetts, drinking tequila from a champagne cup before noon, and let's toast to us. May we find happiness, love, and a job. Cheers. Hit it, Manaved.
Thank you, Carla. Greetings to everyone gathered here today on this memorable occasion. I would like to thank those of you who voted me in as a Toastmaster. While I'm very grateful, I certainly would be remiss if I did not point out that any of you could wax eloquent about this place that we know and love, the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy. A place of dreams and aspirations, of free food and fiesta nights, of bustling hallways and silent study spaces, of office hours and the slightly more popular happy hours, but perhaps most importantly, a place of kindness. And it is this kindness which will stand the class of 2020 in good stead. I believe that the student body is strictly divided into two groups, the ones who could wake up in time for roll of fours, and those of us who could not. However, both groups have something in common. It is the simple feeling of gratitude. Gratitude to our professors, gratitude to our dean, gratitude to our administrative staff, gratitude to every member of the Fletcher community, past and present, but perhaps most importantly, gratitude to the lifelong friendships that we have forged along the way. For many of us, the decision to come to Fletcher was a step into the unknown. A lot has happened since then. We are older, wiser, and in some cases exhibit higher levels of caffeine tolerance. While the crisis that awaits us outside the proverbial Fletcher bubble has not made things any easier, the last few months have made one thing very clear. We are ready and we are prepared. And one day in the distant future, when all of us have figured out what Fletcher currency actually means, we will look back at this day quite fondly. Thank you. And cheers to the class of 2020.
Cheers.
Cheers.